What's up, y'all? It's Honest Movie Guy, and I'm back with day 24 of the 31 Days of Horror. Today, I want to review a movie I saw literally the day it came on Netflix, and then I've seen it a few times since. It is called Hush, made in, I think, 2016. It's a slasher type, home invasion type movie, and I'll let you know about it in this review. So for those who have forgotten, this is how it works. First, I give you a synopsis of the movie, then I give you a spoiler-free review of the movie, and finally, I give you my honest rating and my honest recommendation. So let's jump in. The synopsis for Hush reads: a deaf and mute writer who retreated into the woods to live a solitary life must fight for her life in silence when a masked killer appears at her window. So the synopsis kind of sums up what the movie's about. A deaf writer, she's living somewhat isolated from other people, and someone comes and tries to kill her, essentially. Now, hearing that, some people might think, oh, that's kind of boring. Like, we can already see where it's going to go. But let me tell you, this movie is amazing. I'm going to start with the acting. The main girl, Maggie, who was deaf, she was phenomenal. You got to understand, for someone that pretty much, I don't even think she said anything the entire movie at all, unless only when she signed off. I don't think she spoke the entire movie. It is amazing that we were able to, feel what she was feeling and understand what she was going through, even without her saying anything. And that just speaks to the volumes of the actress's performance in the movie. So I commend the actress that played Maggie. The main guy, well, the only guy, pretty much, like the killer, I really liked him because he was really sadistic and evil, and the way he portrayed like what he wanted to do and his whole mindset was it was well shown to us, and it made us like intrigued about, okay, what was he going to do next? Why was he doing this? So I really liked him. We didn't really get an answer of like why he was acting that way, so that kind of bugged me, I guess. But other than that, I love the acting. The story is kind of straightforward in what you would expect in a slasher movie. However, this movie doesn't rely on gore or jump scares or anything like that. It comes straight from literally like the suspense, the thrill, and the whole psychological aspect of, oh my god, like what would you do in this scenario? How would you get out? And the character going through the different choices, rationalizing the different choices she's trying to make to try to survive. So it is really more about the situation and the story rather than, oh, I gotta see a lot of people bleed here and bleed there. Now, there are some scenes that are, maybe like 2 scenes that are gory. There's one scene that is gonna make you cringe like hell because of, it's just, you could feel the pain that she was feeling. And that takes me back to the actress, because every time, she got hurt or whatever happened to her, she never screamed. Which it was kind of cool, because usually in movies they're screaming this and screaming that. So I really like that aspect of it. So one thing I really love about the story is it built up a lot of tension and suspense and thrills. It was just building throughout the movie each time, because she tried this, that didn't work. She tried that didn't work. He was just playing around with her, so you didn't know really what was going to happen, when she was going to die. If she dies, you have to watch to find out. But it was just like all over the place. So something I really like is they mentioned something earlier in the movie, and then they show this scene that is, I was like, oh my god, like damn, this really happened. But it was a complete twist. And then they brought back what they mentioned earlier in the movie later. So kind of showed that they had a plan for the movie rather than just, mentioning this that had absolutely no importance to the story. So I really like that aspect of it. IMDb gave this movie a 6.6. I would give it around a 6.6 to a 6.8. I think even though it wasn't a crazy original story in terms of like the slasher genre and all that, we haven't really seen a lot of movies with someone being deaf in a horror movie like this. So I thought it was really cool in that aspect. I thought the acting was phenomenal by the 2 leads. I really liked the story, like the tension building up, the suspense, the thrills. And one thing I loved about it that made me like want to give it a higher rating is the character did realistic things. A lot of these horror movies sometimes, of course, to push the story, people do dumbass things. But this character didn't do that. They tried rational things, and sometimes they just didn't work, and they kept on going through. So it showed like what a real person would do in a situation like this. They would do realistic things, and I like that this movie showed realistic things. So that's why it is around a 6.7, 6.8 in my book, but I do agree with the rating of a 6.6 as well. So I recommend you guys to go out, watch Hush, and enjoy it. It is a very good horror movie, and it's a little different from the usual things that you'll watch, so it's a nice change of pace. That's it for this video. I'm Honest Movie Guy. Make sure to like and subscribe below, and tune in to more videos for 31 Days of Horror.